Yep, next to the MARR Army Rock Show. In a kind of roundabout way, no strangers to the show, some of the people in the band, but the band is new to the show. They are Rise Among Rivals, a Maryland band. Their new single, Empty Love Scene, is out there right now. Guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for having us, dude. Thank you.
Man, it's my pleasure to have you back, and been a little too long since we've seen some of you. So, but for folks, I know you're coming up about being a year old as a band or so now, but for folks that don't know you, kind of introduce us a little bit to the band and your bio of how you guys came together.
Well, so it's kind of funny how it happened. I'm Dave from previously from Violence and Vanity, and we kind of went our separate ways, and then a band called Guns Out at Sundown was going their separate ways as well. And Chris came to me on it was like midnight on like a Friday or something like that. He just came over with like this epiphany that I was going to go join and kind of pick up the slack kind of deal and rock it out. And we hung out for all night, and I was like debating on it. But I was already jamming with Jim and Jamie at the time, which Jim and Jamie say hi.
I'm Jim.
So like when you're in a band, it's kind of like a relationship. So, like, if you go join another band and you're already jamming with some guys, it's almost like cheating a little bit. So, cheated on me. So, but no, long story short, though, I kind of hopped in in those shoes, very big shoes to fill. Guns Out definitely had their share of tours, and they worked hard. And, it was like it was kind of a big undertaking, and got that rolling. And I think some of the guys in the band, life happens, all that stuff like that, and it's kind of worked out to where Jim and Jamie was jamming with anyway before, kind of just came in, and then it all came together great, man. Like the chemistry's awesome. It was awesome before, and then once it all came together, man, like we got some time to sit back a little bit and relax and actually get our heads on right and jam these tunes out, man. It was awesome.
Now, when folks hear that, they'll know that, Guns Out was a heavier band, and Violence and Vanity, it was always kind of hard to pigeonhole what kind of style that was. But when I listen to the new single, I almost feel like if I was to put a tag on it, I would call it like pop metal, if there is such a thing.
Totally, man. Like,
we've written that, like, in the kind of wild. It's hard to describe. We've gotten from, like, NSYNC to Fall Out Boy to Korn.
I won't wear a headset mic, I promise. Well, I asked the guys if a headset mic was going to be cool or not, and
it's not cool. It's not.
It got denied. I was like, guys, I can rock out because I play guitar as well as singing. So it's like I'm kind of stuck on the mic, and the headset mic, Timberlake did it. You know what I mean? Come on, guys.
Yeah, when I say pop metal, I don't go quite to the Timberlake side of things for you. What I think you guys sound like.
We're a man band, okay?
Well, yeah, it's interesting because we all came from, everybody played in a band with, heavy guitars and drums and bass and everything like that. But inside of that, we all came from pretty different rock backgrounds. And so that kind of, the stylistic mesh, I guess, has been pretty cool, and it kind of defines the way we do it.
So the tune Empty Love Scene is out right now. Tell us a little bit more about, because there's more music coming out for you guys. Where did you guys record, and who was your production done by?
We recorded down in North Carolina with Kyle Odell. He was working with Guns Out pretty hard, and just amazing guy, very talented musician, and I think it was kind of a new thing for a couple of us that working with a producer of that caliber. To really come down with a song and then have it worked in the studio, as opposed to going in with your stuff already set in stone and just recording it. Being able to work with Kyle down in North Carolina was really cool and pretty detrimental to as far as the sound that we're starting to forge along this road. That whole pop metal thing, just kind of kicking into that a little bit more. It's developing a unique sound, and Kyle's really helping us forge that out. Yeah. Those coming along pretty well. I don't even think Kyle has a studio name.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
he's a guitar player from Failure Anthem, awesome band. And like I said, killer guitar player and a really awesome dude.
Yeah, great. Failure Anthem, great band, man. I've had them on show several times, so I'm a big fan of those guys. So hey, let's talk about the music video a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the making of the music video and all the good stuff behind it.
So we hooked up with this guy. His name's Tom Flynn. He did a couple.
We hooked up with him.
Yeah, we hooked up with him.
Tom, if you're listening, we hooked up with you, dude.
Well, yeah, you hooked up with him, maybe. I just gave him a back rub.
He's done some pretty cool, bigger songs. He did Miscellanea by 10 Years. He did with Ice-T, some pretty big name acts, and we found him on YouTube.
YouTube.
We found him on YouTube. Contacted him. We met him up in the Bronx, New York, for our first video. Spent 8 hours in a car pretty much that day, and
another 8 hours in the room.
Yeah, 8 hours in the room. And, knocked it out. We wanted to just do like a quick performance video to show what we have to offer, and it turned out impeccable, and we love it. And we actually hired him back to do our second single, which we haven't released yet, and looking at getting that done soon.
Yeah, and working with Tom, so I personally, I've done music videos before, and playing bass or just a fill-in kind of deal. This is my first one as a singer doing a music video. So I had a couple nerves going in, but working with Tom and all that stuff like that, it was seamless. We showed up, we had a good time. The space was awesome that he had up in New York. And granted, we pulled up and it was the industrial center of New York. I'm expecting skyscrapers and oh cool, we're going to New York, hey, let's get to Broadway show. But it was straight the dregs of New York in this cool, dingy, dusty industrial space that got rented out. It's probably 200 years old or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they use it for art galleries and other crazy, stuff. And
yeah, solid guy, driven guy, and he it definitely he's mastered his craft. I think he's going with Jim Brewer now. He's following him around a little bit.
Oh wow, yeah. Well, the music video came out great, and hey, let's talk a little bit about live shows. I know you just had one, but folks may want to know you just had not too long ago a tour with Flaw. How'd that thing work out for you guys?
That was awesome, man.
It was really fun, but it was kind of a technical nightmare. But it was, you know what, just get the really crazy tour out of the way first, and every other tour should be better,
Yeah.
We started off in Tennessee, and for those of you who don't know, that's an 18-hour drive from Maryland, or 16 hours before, or something like that. So we drove all the way down to Tennessee for the first show, and had to drive all the way back the next day for our next show, which was we had a day off, and then we drove up to Poughkeepsie, New York, or Rhode Island, or something like that. It was wild. Yeah,
the tour itself, though, the tour was booked August through September, kind of deal. We formed as a band. Technically, Chris came over to my house when all this stuff started. Even just the idea of this thing happening started in early June. So, the running joke amongst the band was that this band's called Rise Among Russian. It's oh, dude, hurry up. So, I remember getting a call from Chris saying, hey, man, we got a tour with Flaw coming out, blah, blah, blah. Imran from the LX agencies, getting this whole thing together. I was yeah, I'm totally down. I had never actually toured before. So, I was so stoked to finally hit the road. And all the guys from Flaw were awesome, very welcoming, were really cool dudes. And when we finally did hit the road, it was this is now real. Even though we hurried up, we got our set together and all that. You know what I mean? Yeah. We had to do this in a matter of 2.5 months, kind of deal. So of course, rough around the edges kind of deal was the idea of what this band is turning into, kind of now. And then doing that tour, it's one of the things that I wish we had more time to prepare for, but I would never have taken it back not doing it. I'm so glad we did that.
It was really important.
Going out on the road, meeting as a new band, getting together with your boys, that bond right there, you just can't break. And when you get back home, you don't see your bandmates for 2 days. It feels like a week. It feels like you've been a family, and then now it's 2 days seems like forever.
Yeah.
So definitely great band, great shows. It was a good time. Met a lot of really cool people, and yeah, man, that was the start of it. And we finally got some time off after that tour to kind of refine those rough edges and work that stuff. And Jim hopped in and really whipped us into shape. Yeah.
So for folks that want to know the timeline a little bit for what you're able to tell us, how soon do you think we can expect another single, and when are we looking for the release of the EP?
Single, we're not sure. We're waiting for it to be edited, but hopefully some point in May.
Yeah, I think May. I think May's a safe bet, late May. And we have
We have an EP release scheduled, and we can actually kind of semi-announce it now. It's not formally announced, but it's going to be June 8th at the Metro Gallery
down here in Baltimore, Maryland.
That's a nice little venue, a good place to do a CD release show. So we're going to see if we can't make the effort to get down there for that one for sure. Where do you want folks to go to find you? I know you guys are killing it on Facebook already. They got the 10,000 likes already over there. Where do you want to send folks to learn more about the band and to find a single?
Facebook's probably the best bet right now. Facebook.com/Rise Among Rivals.
And Spotify. If you want to find us on
Spotify.
Look us up on Spotify. Throw us on your playlist. Like we just have one single up there right now. But like, hey, just keep updated with us. Like I said, June 8th. Like we've had an EP kind of done for a while. So like we've been waiting to release this thing. We're so excited to get this music out. And Spotify, obviously, like if you're rolling in your car kind of deal, like. I listen to the radio here and there, but like most people, it's like Spotify or Pandora, and that's the best way to kind of discover new bands, especially on like a cool playlist that you get kind of hopped on.
Yeah.
And so definitely add us, like us on Spotify. Obviously, like us on Facebook. All the love is all good. But yeah, so much more music coming out really soon. I think we're gonna try to hit studio again in July. Even working on some new tunes, man. So like,
shout out new singles often. Hopefully, after the CD release, kind of keep the momentum rolling, keep people interested in our stuff.
So hit us up, Spotify, just type in Rise Among Rivals. We are the only one. It's a mouthful sometimes. We debate other band names sometimes, like, oh man.
We will definitely we'll definitely send people your way. Once again, they are Rise Among Rivals. They're a Maryland band. Their new single, Empty Love Scene, is out right now. You can pick it up on iTunes. You can see the video out there on YouTube. And we will keep in touch with you guys as new music keeps coming out. We appreciate you being back on the show, I'll say.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us, man.